I got a fight coming up next weekend against a guy named Dan Lewis. His record is 5-3. He's a pretty big athletic guy, but I'm going to go in and give him the business. His striking is it's decent. His ground game is okay, but I don't think he's got, I don't think he can hold me. Since I moved out here to Vegas, I've only had one fight. And so there's been a few events that happened, that's taken me away, from the fight scene for a little while. But I'm motivated and ready to get back and do work. It's exciting to know that I'm going to, be in the contender spot. Just know that after Saturday, I am going to be the #1 contender. I was in the military. Spent 7 years in the military. That's actually when I first got in jiu-jitsu. And further along I went in the military, the more I started seeing this mixed martial arts, and I knew guys that actually fought. And, there was actually tournaments, all Army combatives tournaments, which were mixed martial arts fights. And so after I got out of the military, I worked as a correctional officer for about a year. And I actually saw Kimbo Slice get his ass kicked. And at that moment, I made the decision that I'm going to start training full time as a mixed martial artist. If he can do it, I can definitely do it. So that's actually how I started in mixed martial arts. And I actually started training with Rick Parker, also known as Yona, in this little bitty town of Mayfield, Kentucky. And that's where I got my start. He was, that was the first school that I had been in that had fighters that were actively competing. And, they was actually one of the top teams in the area. And so it was a great fit. It felt like family. So I went in head first, told him I wanted to fight. He asked me what kind of experience I had. I told him at the time, I was a 4-stripe white belt. And so we went with that, and the rest is history. Now I'm here. I got to train with Mike Powell after one of my fights. Him and my coach from back in Kentucky, Mike used to train him. They used to train together back in Mike's, early in his career. And after training with Mike Powell, I saw that, everything that we know is kind of, the game has evolved, from where I was at. And getting smoked for an hour by Mike Powell just showed just really, if I'm going to take it to the next level, I need to be with world-class coaches, and I need to have world-class trainers as well, to take it to the next level. So Mike Powell said, you may have some potential, Have you thought about coming out to Las Vegas? I said, not really. And he's like, well, get your ass in gear and get after it. And so after he told me that, 3 weeks later, me and the family, we loaded up and we moved to Las Vegas. Well, it was a rough transition. You're taking the kids away from everybody that they know, family, loved ones. I have a daughter in Kentucky, and I love spending time with my daughter, Natea. But it was one of those things, what do I need to do to make me happy? What makes me happy? I've served my time in the military. That made me happy. Now it's time to open up a new chapter. I went into law enforcement. That didn't make me happy. The only time I seemed to be really happy is when I was on the mats, training, doing work, grinding. It made me happy. And so my girlfriend, she stuck behind me, and she supported me 100% in the move. And and it's been rough, getting out here and making the transition, but we did it, and now I'm here doing what I love to do. And God willing, I stay healthy, hope to take it to the next level. When you get in there and you mix it up with guys like Mike Powell or anybody on that level, man, you just really see, where your game needs to be to take it to that next level. And, for me, that was everything, You got potential. That's all I needed. That was the fuel to hear from a guy like Mike Powell, hey, you can do this. You're going to see a better chocolate soldier than you've ever seen. My last fight, I was lacking a little bit in the cardio department, took a short notice fight. I wasn't training for a fight. This fight, I'm ready. And come next weekend, you're going to see a brand new chocolate soldier. You can find me at Prentice Williams on Facebook, or you can find me, my fan page is at Chocolate Soldier, and you can follow me on Twitter at pwill29. I got to shout out all my training partners at Xtreme Couture, Dennis Davis, Robert Follis, Eric Nixick, all those guys at Xtreme Couture. You know, great bunch of guys down there. Fight's going down in Laughlin with King of the Cage, and there's going to be fireworks. So to any of my fans that can't make it, you can catch it on Mav TV. I believe it's the site that they can catch it on, and so watch this chocolate soldier do work, because it's going down.